Welcome back. This is Nikki of Nikki's Homemade Crafts. I am so excited for you to be here. We're going to work on part 3 of the Tunisian Crochet Mystery Crochet Along. I am so excited, which means we're going to show the reveal off. Ooh, I'm so excited to see everyone finish their project. Now, keep in mind there is one part of it that you may need optionally. There are a few different other ways on how you can finish this project. I'll talk about it towards the end, but keep in mind if I added anything new to this pattern in the material section, you will see it down below in the description, as well as in part 3 or in the material section of the pattern. Speaking of the pattern, you do have a written instructions for part 3, which is at the link down below. You have 2 different options on how to get the pattern, either for free on my website with ads. There will be a table of content. You can click on that and expand it and then click on the pattern, part 3 or whatever is written in there. And that way you can finish up this pattern. You also have the option to join as a member of the Crochet Club, or if you already are a member, then great, log in and you have access to this pattern ad-free and printer-friendly. To become a member of the Crochet Club, you see a link down below in the description for that, and you can join us as a full member, as a monthly, quarterly, or annual member. 80% of the members are annual members, by the way. Or you can join us as a trial member for 7 days, and you get access to the written instructions of the Mystery Crochet Along ad-free, as well as the Facebook group. And then once you become a full member, you get access to everything, including over 400 ad-free patterns and additional resources, printables, etc. Also, quick reminder, I'm using Mary Maxim's Glimmer yarn in the color Salmon and Starlette yarn in the color White. And I used 1 full skein of each color, heads up, but due to tension issues, I always recommend a little extra. You never know, okay? So have a little extra ready just in case. I also used a Clover Takumi hook in the size 6.5 with a 9-inch cord at the end with a stopper. This is part of a set that I bought, but I'm pretty sure you can buy these separate too, but you would have to buy the cord and the hook separately from each other. Little heads up, it is absolutely one of my favorite sets. So if you ever want to indulge and get it all, go get the entire set. I absolutely love this set. The price goes up and down all the time. I put the link down below. Keep an eye on it and grab it at a good price. I love this set, okay? There are a few other sets out there. I linked a few of them down below as well in case you want to use a different hook. So in part 1, you did this. And in part 2, you made this. So now it's time for part 3. What are you doing? Well, we're going to expand onto part 1. Are you ready for this? Because it's going to look very similar and then we're going to assemble. I am so ready. Let's do this. All right, so this is how you started in part 1, okay? It doesn't fit all the way on my camera, so I'm hoping you can see it all, okay? So remember, you did 53 chains, and then now you made these stripes in the different colors. We started with salmon, then white, salmon, white, salmon, white, salmon. And you finished with a salmon color, so you had 9 strips in total. Well, because I needed to keep the mystery alive, I made you cut the yarn. Ooh, don't be mad at me. But we're now going to start over, but right at the same place. Okay, let me be clear. So once you did your 9 strips, you're now going to continue on the pattern. This is my 9th strip right here. And you're going to do now white, salmon, white, salmon, white, salmon, white, salmon, and white at the very end. Okay, so meaning you adding 9 additional strips. Just this time you started with white and you finish with white. Okay, so in the end you should have 9 plus 9 is 18 strips, all in these colors. So it is a big piece, as you can see. Whee! Okay, so you're going to finish your very last row just like I've told you before. Okay, so let me grab my white yarn and we're going to finish that one together. Okay, so and the very last row right here that typically is done with the slip stitch, we're going to do slightly different. So let me explain. Okay, so this I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, if you want to block this, go ahead and block it. That's fine. You probably won't really need it, okay, to block this piece. The other one, probably. This one, not so much, okay? So if it rolls a little bit, just, you know, be fine with it, okay? It is fine because we're going to sew all the sides together and you won't even see it at the end, okay? So here's what I recommend you do. Now, I'm turning this into a pillow. I'm telling you that one already, okay? It's going to be a pillow. Now, if you do not have a pillow that is what I have at home, I have this pillow here, which is like 20 times 12, I believe. That's what the dimension of this pillow is. If you don't have a pillow like that, you can totally use just stuffing, or you can turn this into something else, okay? You can probably also turn this into some kind of bag if you wanted to. Let's say you don't want to have a pillow, then you can turn it into a bag. You would just sew the sides together here. And you can probably reuse this piece right here for something else. Maybe it can be a pocket of some sort or something. That's totally fine. Maybe that works. You may also need an additional strap. There's many things that you can do with this project if you don't want to turn this into a pillow. I personally love the pillow effect, but you don't know yet what we're doing with this part of it, right? Because this is going to be squished here in the middle, okay? We're going to turn this into an absolutely adorable pillow that looks like a bow. So now some of you guys may not be able to get this pillow on time sent home to them. So in that case, I would highly recommend you temporarily make one side a little bit looser sewn together in a way where you can open it up again, and at least you can just stuff it a little bit so that way it looks like a pillow, you know, if you really want to finish it that way, and so that you can take your final image. I just want to see that you finish it in some kind of way, even if it's temporarily. Finish it in some kind of way so you qualify for the giveaway, okay? So now let me show you how I finish this. The very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this here in half. Okay, so you have a few different options here on how to finish it. So as I said, if you're turning this into a bag, I highly recommend finishing this row as regular, just so you're going to do the slip stitches, you know, just across, so that way that row is finished. You can, for the pillow, you can do a few different things. So what you can do is you can combine these here at the same time. Okay, so what you can do is instead of doing the slip stitches as the simple stitch like this way, you go through it like the Tunisian knit stitch, and you grab a loop here in the back, meaning the very first row that you made, and pull through, and pull through. So it's a slip stitch, right, as a Tunisian knit stitch, so where you're going all the way through, and then you grab here, back here, the loop or the stitch, go through, and go through. So you can do that. The only issue that I have with this is if you lay down this a little bit, you can see it makes a bulk. It kind of goes upwards a little bit. Can you see there? So there's some dimension going on. Plus you're going to see the white here on the other side. I'm not sure if I like that very much. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew over. I'm going to do the mattress stitch and just seam it closed that way, and that way it looks much neater, okay? In this case, you can totally do the slip stitches here first and go across of it. It's up to you. So for me, I'm just going to do the slip stitches across so I have a finished look on it and I don't have any holes here at the very end before I do my mattress stitch. So I recommend doing that also if you're going to do the mattress stitch. All right, so in order to do the mattress stitch, so you can see here I finished it now, went all the way across and did my slip stitch. So now I have my two V's here, literally they can touch each other. Okay, so we have a V here and we have a V here. So this is the very first row, the chain that we made, and then here are the slip stitches. So that's just what I'm going to use. Okay, so I have here white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from one stitch to another. Okay, like going through it like so. And now you're going to go over to the other side, and you're also going to go from one stitch to another. Okay, so literally over. Now I cut my yarn a little bit longer so that way I have enough for the other side to sew. So that's why my yarn looks a little bit long. We'll also have to sew this one later. So for now, I'm just going to do one. And so it's going to be like a T. I'm going to go all the way across and then I'm going to sew this side closed. And then I'm going to go back and do the other side. Okay. So as I said, we're going to go back and forth over. So I like to go into the V's of the slip stitch. So now I'm going to go from the next one over and pull that through. And then go back over here from one to the next. And pull it through. So you're just going to keep on going. And that is literally how you do the mattress stitch, is by going from one stitch to the next, literally on top on the V, like this. And you're going in a zigzag from one color to the next in this case, right? From one piece to the next. And then once you pull, you can see how they come together very seamlessly, and it's flat, right? You can see how flat that is. There's no bump in it or anything, and you don't have like colors mingling with each other, okay? So you can literally go back and forth and do your mattress stitch. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to sew the sides together, which I'll show you one side of it, and the other side will be the same, and then we're just going to finish it up. Once you're done seaming this across with the mattress stitch, it is now time to seam one side of it. So just pick one of the sides. In this case, I'm going to pick this side here, where I left off, and I'm gonna weave this in here, making sure nothing comes undone before I get started. But you're gonna seam it across just the same way. So I would say continue on with the mattress stitch or do the whip stitch, whatever you like. I made my seam here on the bottom so that way I don't have to do two pieces. So I'm just gonna seam all the way across, okay? So you should have each strip should line up with another strip of another color, okay? So this is going to look like this. So salmon with white, white with salmon, and so forth. And you're going to seam it across. Then we're going to insert our pillow and we're going to seam across on the other side. So let's do that. I'm just going to seam that close just like I've done before. I'm just going to go over back and forth and sew them together. All right, I finished seaming it all close, so you can see it. It's seamed here, it seamed here, and it is also seamed here. So obviously we did this one first, and I did one of the sides. I put the pillow in, finished the other side. Now we're gonna do the bow part. You could totally leave your pillow like this if you absolutely wanted to. That's fine. I'm going to accept that as one of the submissions too. You can make it into a bag or a bow pillow the way I did. I'm just letting you know, in order to qualify for the giveaway, you just need to finish it, okay? Whatever you feel like is your finished product, that's what it should be, okay? So don't have yarn hanging down or something. So you're now going to take this piece right here, okay? Now this is going to look like it's not going to fit, but it will if you scrunch it together, okay? Now, if you feel like that your pillow is too poofy, because some pillows are poofier than others, okay? You can totally redo this section and make it a little longer, a little shorter, whatever, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the entire thing, okay? And I'm going to literally squish it together and sew it together on the other side. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to take it and I'm going to pull, okay, like this. You can totally seam this together first and then tuck it in. That's fine as well. Probably will do that. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take these two ends and you're going to close them, like seam them together like so. So that way it looks like a bow, okay? So this may look like a little short, but it's gonna work, okay? You can also, what you can do is you can add like a clamp or something on one side and a clamp on the other side, or rubber bands or something, so that way you can transform it. I might actually do that. I kind of like that idea. So you can transform it into a normal pillow or into a bow pillow. So however you want to do it, go ahead and do it and sew this close. So I'll probably do this away from the pillow first, close these together or seam these together, or make like a little bit of a or add some elastics to it or something in order to bring these two together. Okay, as I said, you can totally redo this if you want it to be longer. And so if you have your pillow a little bit more poofier, then you may need to do that. And if you feel like that this is curling too much, you can totally do one row of slip stitches along the side, just like it is here. This should bring that curl down a little bit and make it less curly. So this will help too. I might actually do that as well. So that way it's a little less curly, because even though I blocked this still curls a little bit. So I'm going to make one row of slip stitches along on the bottom side to make it a little bit more flatter. And it also will match this a little bit cleaner. So let me finish this up and I'll show you the end result. And here's the finished product. So it is actually much easier than you might think. I literally just sewed it together and then I squished it through. So I literally just tucked it in. It may be a little bit of like a wiggle around until it fits. But it works. And I did go through and made one more slip stitch row here on this side, so that way it's nice and straight and I don't have any problems there. If you feel like that one polyfill side is a little bit, you know, thicker than the other, just squish it a little bit more, and then it's done. Doesn't it look so pretty? I absolutely love it. I was going back and forth whether I should add some kind of elastic or not, but I can take this off at any time to have a regular pillow. It is not sewn onto it, just this is sewn together here, right? But it's not sewn onto the pillow, so I can always take it off. But it looks so adorable. I absolutely love the bow pillow, and I really truly hope that you're going to turn yours into a bow pillow as well. Oh my gosh, did you guess that this is gonna be a bow pillow? I have this feeling none of you guys guessed it this time around. I really truly kept the mystery alive until the end. You learned 2 different stitches during this mystery crochet along. You learned the Tunisian simple stitch and the Tunisian knit stitch. You learned how to finish it. You even learned how to change colors per row, not within a row, but per row. So it truly was a beginner project that I felt like was very relaxing. I worked on this project while watching TV. It was really relaxing because it was just the same stitch, but yet you're working using Tunisian crochet, so it's a little different than regular crochet, and it felt really good. So now listen up. I want to see your pictures for your finished product. Is it going to be a bow pillow? Is it going to be a regular pillow? Are you going to turn it into a bag or something completely different? Maybe you're going to surprise me. Maybe your mind is going somewhere else and going to turn this project into something totally different. I would love to see it. And remember, quick reminder, if you don't have the pillow insert ready by the time that the giveaway deadline is, you can stuff it with something else in the meantime. Have maybe one side that's you know, just partially closed, you know, like a I like to call it like a loose running stitch that you can take out later and then add your actual pillow in it and maybe stuff it mildly with some you know, polyfill or something, just that you have it ready to go for a picture, and then stuff it with the actual pillow once you have the pillow insert at home. Again, I'm not requiring you to have the pillow insert in order to finish your project, right? Just sew it some kind of way close so it looks like a finished project. I would love to see it though. Now go ahead and post your picture into the Facebook group called Crocheting with Nikki with the hashtag June24MCAL, and listen up. Oh my gosh, we are going to have a huge party tomorrow, and you don't want to miss that one at all, because if you love Tunisian crochet and you learned something new here, and you really truly want to learn more about Tunisian crochet, there's so much more to learn, then go ahead and join the party tomorrow, okay? It is going to be at noon Pacific time, and the replay will be available after. but I highly recommend you join live because we have giveaway prizes to give away that only will be given away for those who join live. We're going to have 2 sections of the giveaway. We're going to have first the giveaway for 3 winners that posted their pictures on time and qualified for the giveaway. Okay, so those ones, you don't have to be live for that. I'd still recommend being there live because the second part of the giveaway is going to be 3 additional winners, regardless if you were part of this mystery crochet along or not. So I highly recommend you join for that because that's going to be a quiz style. You have to answer live and then you give and you win something. Really excited for that. So the party is going to be on the 22nd of June at 12 o'clock Pacific time, replay after, and we're going to talk all about Tunisian crochet. It's going to be a huge Tunisian crochet party, and I truly hope you're going to be there. Otherwise, you're going to miss something, and you truly don't want to miss something. We don't want to miss something. We're all curious. So come join the party, and in the meantime, finish up your project and post your pictures so that you can qualify for the first part of the giveaway. I'll see you at the party. And remember to like, comment, and share this video with your crochet besties. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the bell to get a notification next time I publish a video or go live. And otherwise, watch the next video. You'll see it pop right up here. It's probably going to be the party. Come join us. I'm so excited. I'll see you then. Turn on your alarm so you won't miss the party. Until then, bye-bye.